We are looking at the things of which are happening in our country. As we see that there is a lot of noise. There is a lot of noise in social media. There is a lot of noise, people talking about like things of which they affect our black people in this country. One thing I want to talk about is that being united, being united as black Africans, as South Africans, as African continent is really a major big thing. It's really a major big thing. Because now, as we see, people are suffering. People are struggling. But things are not being looked at a different eye. Why? Because we have leaders that are selfish for themselves, that are seeking power for themselves. So those are kind of things that affect us as a nation, as people. But we are really not talking about those kind of things. We are really not talking about those kind of things. Why? Because many people now are just looking for themselves to survive. Yes, I understand looking for themselves to survive, looking for themselves to feed their families. But at the end of the day, I can look for myself, you can look for yourself, but at the end of the day, the umbrella will cover all of us. The umbrella will cover all of us. Whether a politician, non-politician, whether a tribal or non-tribal, this thing will affect all of us. Someone will just ask, why do I speak like that? Because politics affect us. Politics affect us. Now, what has happened in Africa, in Venezuela, is something of which it should not happen in an African continent at this freedom stage that we are now. At this freedom stage, this is something that shouldn't been happen. But it happened because African leaders are not for fighting for one each other. Ga ba lwele moetapele o mong ka nageng ye nngwe. Sa bona is just to sit at their comfort zone, watch what is happening, not talk about it. What Donald Trump has done in one of our countries, in our continent, is not nice. It's not nice. It's not nice. We will talk about it. People like us, we will talk about it. We will not just stay and keep quiet. We will talk about it, we will touch it. So now we have social media, right? Now we have social media. What I've been watching in these socials, like people partying. Okay, it's fine for someone to be happy, it's fine for someone to celebrate success or what to celebrate, but are you aware that there is a war that is coming? As individual in Africa, are you aware there is a war that is coming? Already in our areas, in our rural areas, in our cities, there are people who are suffering. Unemployed is one of the major. And if there is unemployed, how about people those are living in their homes without food? What do you say? What are we saying about that as leaders of Africa? We are keeping quiet. I just want to talk about it. Are we keeping quiet about that? Are we keeping quiet about that? Now, if you check, now if you check to each and every family, there is a fight. Each and every family. And the fight is not caused by individual, it's caused by the hunger, because they are looking for someone maybe who's older in that family to go and work to provide food for them. And if he can't, and then there is a conflict that will happen in each and every family. I'm talking about something I know. I'm talking about something I really, really, really know. So people now, I don't know what's happening. What's happening in our country is very painful. It's very painful. And then we can't keep quiet about that. We can't keep quiet. So what are we saying as leaders? What are we saying as people that we are living in this country, in this continent of Africa? What are we saying about it? Let us focus on building our communities. Let us focus on reuniting our people. Let us focus on reforming our nation, our people, our societies, where we are living. Because as soon as we do that, as soon as we achieve something small but growing big, because what is happening now? What is happening now? War is coming. War is coming, and that war, when it arrived when it arrived, I don't know what's going to happen. But we should not keep quiet. We should not remain silent because of the things that are happening in our country. Let us try to unite each other. Let us try to uplift one another as Black African. Because at the end of the day, when the war has come in our country, trust me, I tell you, things will change. Things will change. We have looking at COVID-19 for example. When that disease were there and watching it on social media, on TVs, it was seen as something of which will never arrive in us. But war has arrived in Venezuela. War has arrived in Venezuela, and that war which is arrived in Venezuela will probably be easy for that war to arrive in our country. But what are we doing? We are watching. People are selling our land in Africa. Our so-called kings selling our land in Africa, and we keep quiet. What is happening at KZN? What is happening in KZN? Why is Mesizulu Kazwelithini went to Dubai and signed some of the document? What was that document about? What that document about? We must not keep quiet about these things that are happening. Even now, even in KZN. KZN people are crying, say that they don't want this Mesizulu Kazwelithini to be their own king. Why? They don't want that. Because his ruling is not according to the ruling of the past kings of KZN. So, if Mesizulu, the things he have been went to buy and sign for the document to sell Durban, we are in a serious crisis. We are in a serious crisis. So, let us not keep quiet about the things of which are happening in our community. We have seen things happening. We have seen things happening in our community. So let us not keep things as it went all over South Africa. Let us try fighting. for what is right. Let us try fighting for what is right. Because if we don't fight, if we don't talk, we will end up being in a crazy situation. We'll end up being in a very serious, crucial situation.